Wow, I would call him a pedagogical athletic evangelist. And as I stated earlier, his vocation was a calling to pour into the lives of young people, young men and young women, for the greater good of society, and of course locally for his dear Dudley High for the majority of that time. But he was a man that studied Voltaire, Howard Thurman. He was a Renaissance man with a whistle.
What makes Mr. McKee a Hall of Famer in my eyes is that he has coached so many great athletes and young men that not only have excelled in sports, that have excelled in life as men. He not only coached me through my high school career, he also coached my dad, and he was very influential in my life. He was a role model. I was not only I had a great household too, but I considered Mr. McKee a father figure to me. Even though he had 3 sons, I considered myself one of the 4th sons.
Well, he was such a great leader, and not only a coach leader, but a spiritual leader. He was always just having things in place and structured, a structured home. He was well organized, and he just listening to his conversations made you feel so welcome and just a part of the household. Everything, when they knew we were coming, everything was laid out. When they didn't know we were coming, everything was still laid out. It was just such a thriving spiritual home when we went all the time. And so it was just a loving community.
He was the right person for that time, as you aptly described it. His career straddled, as you said, segregation, and he had a plethora of stories about taking trips down to Eastern North Carolina when the high school athletics was segregated, and just simple concerns of travel and where they were going to stop to eat and be allowed to, where they would gas up. All of that in the midst of this fierce athletic battle that is pending with a top-notch opponent. And so he had to juggle all of that. His being in touch with the times, his being a political scientist, a theologian as well of sorts, his background in education at Dudley High School, at Virginia State University, which those places prided themselves at making their graduates and alumni very attuned to what was going on.
I would say that the thing that he would be most proud of about his career is that he stayed true to his values. That he stayed true to his values, no matter how hard it got or became, or no matter the victories or defeats or the challenges. You know, he stayed true to his values, and his values were God first, and that was the root for his love for mankind. And your love for mankind it's a verb. Love is a verb, man.
To be recognized by the state's official auspice, he would be so grateful. And more than anything, the look on the faces of his players and of the students that he taught. And for them to see him here and to know that it's possible for them in the walk of life that they've been called to do, that they can be Hall of Famers as well. Even if it's not the plaque, the ring, and the official recognition, you can be a Hall of Famer in the sense of a man he quoted so many times, which was Dr. Martin Luther King, who said, my dad would say, everybody can be great because everybody can serve. And he served, and he's been recognized for it.